Good afternoon, it's Tom here at Northwood Cars in Headcorn. Just doing a brief walk around video of the 2014 Volvo XC60 2.4 D4 that we currently have in stock here. So the idea of these videos is to give you the sort of look around the car that you might have if you were physically here in person. So I'm going to be as brutal and honest as I can. Anything that's worth pointing out, I'll point out as far as condition is concerned. We will look at the wheels and tyres, we'll look at all of the body panels, the interior, run through some of the features and functions, and then touch on the service history as well, just to give you sort of a 99% accurate idea of exactly what this car is all about. So, without further ado, if we start here at the near side front wheel, so you'll see face of the wheel is in fairly good condition. We do have a few marks around where the lacquer has started to lift, unfortunately pretty common on these diamond cut wheels, reasonably unavoidable, but this one's not too bad. We are sporting a Continental tyre on the front here that has approximately between 4.5–5 millimetres of tread, so just approaching 50% worn on that one. Moving to the near side rear, again same sort of story with the face of the wheel. It's got a few marks in the centre there and on a few of the spokes, but otherwise in presentable condition. Another Continental tyre here to match the one on the front, and this one has approximately 5.5 millimetres of tread on it, so just sort of approaching maybe sort of 30–35% worn on that one. Moving to the offside, so offside rear, we have a few more marks on the lacquer here on this one. Again, fairly typical of a diamond cut wheel of this sort of age. Another Continental tyre here to match the one on the other side, and again approximately 5.5 millimetres of tread on this one. And then last but not least, the offside front. I'm guessing this is the wheel that's led into the curb most of the time for the previous owner's life, so you've got a few curb marks around the edge here. I think there might actually be glue marks. I think we can get most of that out, to be fair. I think that might be where the tyre was put on, so I'm going to have a go at cleaning that in a second and can update accordingly. But otherwise, same sort of story as the other wheels, some lacquer reaction on the spokes. And then a final Continental tyre on the front here, matching the other three. And again, approximately sort of 4.5–5 millimetres of tread on this one. Moving on to the bodywork. So if we start at the front here, bonnet of the car is in really nice condition. There will be, I guess, the odd stone chip sort of dotted around sort of here and there, as you might expect, but otherwise all looking in really good order. Front grille is in really good condition, as is the leading edge of the front bumper here. Bumper corner on this side is in really good condition, nothing to report. Light lens is nice and clear. We do have the bit of crazing up at the top here, which is fairly typical of these XC60s. But never affects the visible light output. They stay nice and clear down here where it's important. Front wing on the near side here is in really good condition, nothing to report on there at all. Mirror cap and side repeater, both in really nice condition. And if we look down the side profile of the car on the near side here, you'll see everything's nice and clean, nice and clear. No signs of any previous repairs, no ripples in the panels, no pin dents or anything. Front door is in really good condition. Nothing I can see that stands out to me there, and same story with the rear door here. Rear quarter is also in really good condition. There is, just down at the bottom here, one small mark here which looks like it's been touched in the past. I'm just going to take a stand back just so you can get an idea of scale there. So you can see that just down at the bottom there. Moving around to the rear bumper, so bumper corner on the near side rear here is in really good condition. Again, nothing to report at all. Light lens on this side is nice and clear, no signs of any water ingress, no cracks or condensation. Same story with this side. Again, light lens is nice and clear, no signs of any water ingress. Boot lid as well is in really nice condition, no damage to that at all. Leading edge of the bumper is really, really good on this. Normally these cars have plenty of loading marks by the time they get to this sort of age, but this one is really, really nice, so it doesn't look like it's lived a hard life at all, this car. Leading edge of the bumper here again is in really nice condition, no damage to that at all. And then bumper corner on the offside here again is perfect, nothing to report on this corner. We open up the boot quickly. So the car currently has Volvo branded rubber floor mats fitted. It does also have a full set of new carpet floor mats in the boot, as well as the Volvo branded boot liner, which is always a good sign. There is a spare wheel under the floor here as well. It's you have to remove the tray to get to that, but I've checked that's all under there, present and correct with all the toolkit and everything. And this car does of course have a power operated tailgate. Moving to the offside, so if we look down the side profile of the offside of the car here, you'll see again there's no signs of any previous repairs, no ripples in the paint or pin dents or anything. Rear quarter is in really nice condition. I guess if we're being super fussy, there's a couple of tiny little chips down here. Again, if we take a step back, you'll see they're very, very small. Rear door is in really nice condition, nothing to mark on there. Same story with the front door. There is that's a spider, not a chip. And there's one tiny little chip in the paint just there. Mirror cap on this side again, same as the other side, is nice and clean, nice and clear of any damage, and the side repeater as well is nice and clear. There's no condensation of water ingress in there. Front wing on this side again is really nice, and then the headlight on this side as well, same as the other side. You've got a few of the light marks on the top there, but down here is nice and clear. And then on the bumper corner on the offside front here, we do have a few sort of minor marks just here, where it looks like it's had just a very, very minor graze at one point in its life, just to give you a few angles of that there. So again, I'll just take a step back just so you can get an idea for scale. So once you're back sort of a metre or so, not very noticeable. I think that covers just about everything on the outside. So let's move to the inside quickly. So in the back here, leather doesn't look like it's in much use at all, to be fair. There's no damage to the seats at all. On the bases or backs of the front seats as well are in really nice condition, as are the door cards. These can sometimes pick up little marks just down here where the seat belts can sometimes get shut in the door. This is another indicator that this car hasn't been sat in very much in the back, because the door cards in the back here are perfect condition. And then in the front part of the cabin here again, door cards are in really nice condition. Seats as well, there's no real wear to the driver's seat here and on the side of the base here. And then on the passenger side, it's the same sort of story, no wear to the seat at all. Door card in really nice condition. So this car has quite a nice spec on it. So we touched on the power operated tailgate. You've got your reverse parking sensors. You do also have heated seats. You get high performance audio in this as well, so the stereo is really, really good in these. You've got USB connectivity, Bluetooth that works for audio streaming, and nav as well. You also can have internet access, and this car does have DAB radio. You've also got auto lights and rain sensors, as you might expect, and power folding door mirrors. We do also have 2 keys for the car. I'm just going to open the bonnet quickly just so you've seen under there as well. So this car has a full Volvo main dealer service history, and has also had a timing belt change carried out by Volvo in 2025 at 71,000 miles. So the important bit of maintenance has been done there. And otherwise very clean and tidy under the bonnet. No oil leaks, no coolant leaks or anything like that, as is fairly typical of these cars. And then, apologies, that might be loud. There we go. And that sort of concludes the walk around of this car. There isn't really an awful lot to talk about in terms of condition for a car of this age and mileage. The condition really is exceptional overall. Obviously we have a few marks on the wheels and then sort of a couple of small blemishes on the bodywork, but the overall condition of the bodywork on this car is really, really good. So there's no car park dings or dents or anything like that. The interior is more or less as new. Everything is tested and working. Really good MOT history with the car, full Volvo main dealer history, as well as 2 keys. And I think that covers just about everything, so I will get this video uploaded. Once you've had a watch, if there's anything else that you wanted to know, feel free to give me a call, send me an email anytime. Thanks very much. Bye.